Everyone, the Google Pixel 8 Pro has been out for a little bit of time now, and the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus has literally just came out. So let's go and see how both of these phones compare and see if there's one that may be better for you. Now, I'm a fan of both these phones. I definitely love the Pixel 8 Pros, and I think the S24 Plus is a very good phone as well. So let's go and see how they compare. If you want to pick up either one of these phones though, links will be down in the description. You can get that from there, and you can help support the channel at the same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both these phones, the Pixel 8 Pro, which came out late last year, has a 6.7-inch LTPO OLED display. It's a very good panel. I love this panel a lot, and I do think for the most part, it's a very good, display. It still looks very good, and I don't really think there's really that much to complain about here with this type of display. It's 6.7 inches, it's 120 hertz, and it's a very good display. It does get 2400 nits of brightness, which is very good. That's a very high amount of brightness, and I would say most probably anything over 2000, you're probably not going to be using on an everyday basis, but if you're in bright conditions all the time, you're definitely going to be seeing that this particular device definitely is going to be giving you very good brightness from that level. On the S24 Plus, you're getting the same size display, so 6.7 inches. It's a dynamic LTPO AMOLED display, so a little bit of a different technology. It still gets 120 Hz display, slightly higher resolution, but is also giving you 2600 nits of brightness. So now our particular device has now gone from basically giving us 2400 to 2600 nits of brightness with the same size display. So you're going to be getting a very bright display on that particular device, which is a very cool thing. And once again, if you're going to want a phone that has very good brightness, this is the one for you. You're going to be getting very, very good quality from both these panels, but the S24 Plus is going to be giving you slightly better, I would say, display technology than something like the Pixel 8 Pro. The 8 Pro is still excellent, but the S24 Plus definitely wins here. On the bottom, you're getting your USB Type-C ports on both these phones, which is very cool. They both charge, they both have some extra capability here and there. On the sides, a little bit of a difference here. The Pixel 8 Pro is slightly curved a little bit, where the S24 Plus is completely flat. I love the S24 Plus, and I think it looks and feels very good from that perspective. And I think the S24 Plus kind of wins here from what I can see. On the back side, you are getting kind of this frosted glass back on the back of the Pixel 8 Pro. It's not completely frosted, but it does kind of feel like it. With the Galaxy S24 Plus, this is a frosted glass back just entirely, which feels very, very good. And if I'm about to go ahead and use a phone, I love being able to use this device, which has a complete frosted glass back, but both these phones feel very, very premium. There's not really a, device here or, a thing here that looks or feels very weird or feels very bad. You're getting very good quality phones from both of these, which is something I love a lot. And once again, if I'm about to go ahead and buy a phone, I want it to have the best capability and best quality as possible, and you're basically getting that on this device, which is genuinely very cool. So from my perspective right there, both these phones on the exterior perform very well. You're getting wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. You're getting IP certification on this device as well. Without a doubt, it is an excellent phone in so many different ways, and the performance of this phone, at least on the outside of the way they kind of look, is very, very good, in my opinion, from that perspective. So from that kind of standpoint alone, that kind of covers it up there. Now, from a camera standpoint, this is honestly a very interesting thing going on here too. So you're getting a triple camera setup on both these devices. So you're getting a 50 megapixel wide-angle lens, 48 megapixel telephoto lens, and then a 48 megapixel ultra-wide camera. And on the Galaxy S24 Plus, you're getting a 50 megapixel wide-angle lens, 10 megapixel telephoto, and then a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera. Now, both these phones can film in 4K at 60 on the fronts and the back, which is a very, very good thing. Once again, having a phone that can basically give you that type of capability is a very nice thing, and I like having 4K at 60 at the bare minimum. The S24 Plus though is giving you 8K capability, which is a very good and high resolution to film in. That is probably more than enough, but it's easily one of my most favorite things going on for this type of device, that you can easily just go through and just have this thing kind of plug and play from a camera perspective, and they work very, very well. Now, there's a few things going on here. One, with the S24 Plus, you are kind of in this middle ground where it's a great camera and it's probably better than the Pixel 8 Pro, but the delta between the 8 Pro and the S24 Plus for the average user is probably not going to be that insane. And I feel like if the S24 Plus was a 10 out of 10, the Pixel 8 Pro is probably 8.5 or maybe 9 out of 10, which may seem like a big difference. But you have to remember that the Pixel 8 Pro has been out for a couple months now, and it's a cheaper phone now in the used market than the S24 Plus is in the brand new market. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. You're getting kind of a better camera for a price per value standpoint. I'll also say though, in social media applications, Samsung did state that they are giving us better capability and better quality inside of devices like the S24 Plus, inside of, those, social media apps. So that might be a big deal to you if you use those applications a lot, which I do. So from that case, the S24 Plus might be giving you a better experience, but I'll still tell you the Pixel 8 Pro is still a very good device. I love the Pixel 8 Pro in a lot of different ways, and you're definitely going to be getting a pretty solid experience on something like the Pixel 8 Pro as well. So from a camera standpoint, that kind of covers it up there too. Now from a software and longevity standpoint, I will definitely tell you both of these phones are insane. This is the craziest thing ever. Basically, the Pixel 8 Pro is going to be lasting probably just as long as most iPhones now, and the same exact thing is going for the Galaxy S24 Plus. It has been a very long time since we've actually been, stating or being seen that essentially our Androids are going to last as long as our iPhones. And now both of these phones are very similar from that perspective. So it doesn't really matter anymore which one you buy. You're going to be getting the same length of software probably from both these developers and manufacturers. The only difference though, and maybe the main problem I would say, is that maybe, just maybe, if you're wanting stock Android, you want to go for the Pixel 8 Pro. But if you want, a little bit of a skinned version of Android, you can always go for, One UI, which does notoriously have more features built in than something like, stock Android. So that might be something to keep in mind. But regardless, you're getting a very good experience between both. And I think they're very, very solid devices when they come down from that perspective as well. So from that viewpoint, that kind of covers it up there. Now moving on to the performance side of things. The Google Pixel 8 Pro had that Google Tensor G3 chipset inside with 12 gigabytes of RAM, where the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus has that Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset inside with 12 gigabytes of RAM. So these phones are very, very similar from that perspective, just like from that viewpoint alone. They are very similar in a lot of ways. I will tell you though, starting with the Pixel 8 Pro, this phone is going to be very good in a lot of things you throw at it. And notoriously, like I mentioned before, if you're buying something like the Pixel 8 Pro, you're going to be getting a very good experience. It's going to be a good, fast phone. And realistically speaking, no matter what you throw at it, it's probably going to be giving you a really good time. The only problem I have is that with a lot of applications on some games now, typically the Snapdragon chipset of that year performs better than the, Tensor chipset of that year as far as we can tell. I think Google still needs to do some improvements here. And I do think the Galaxy S24 Plus is the overall better performing device when it comes down to it. So if you were wanting like the better performing device, you're probably going to be getting that on the S24 Plus as a whole. That is going to be the phone that's going to be giving you the better experience in probably every single way, more so than the Pixel 8 Pro. But I think the 8 Pro is still a very fast phone as well, and you can't really go wrong with either one. But I do think if you want the better performing device, maybe the S24 Plus is the one for you. The battery life is also going to be very good on both. I still have to do a battery test. I would probably edge to the side that the S24, I would probably edge to the side that maybe the Pixel 8 Pro will be better, but I guess we'll see what happens in the future. But I will tell you, between both, you can't really go wrong with either one of these devices. I think they're very good phones. I think they have a lot of capability and a lot of quality, and I'm a massive fan of both these devices. I don't really think though there's a phone that's like the best one between both, but I do think if I'm going to go ahead and buy a phone, I would probably buy something like the Pixel 8 Pro because I'm more used to the Android side, and it is a cheaper phone now. It's like $600 on Amazon. But if I have all the money in the world, I'm definitely going for something like the S24 Plus. That one has a lot more features built in, a lot more quality, and I think that is the phone I'd probably recommend more people to buy because it is, it's a more expensive phone, but it has more features, and it's a really good phone without a doubt. So that's kind of how both these phones compare. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.